All right, everybody, good morning again. So it's another Monday, lessons for Monday, insurance lessons. Okay, my name is Lydia Tetolet, and I work for a company called Precise Protect. And Precise Protect, if you want to check it out, is www.preciseprotect.co.uk. We are governed and regulated by FCA, and FCA is the same body that regulates the banks anyway, Financial Conduct Authority, so you can check us out. And today, we're going to talk about will and trust fund. Okay, so it's amazing how people out there have assets, but they don't have a will. And I'm thinking, how can you have an asset out there and don't even have a will? Even if you don't have an asset, let's say you're gone and you don't even have a will. And that's when now you've left your family in so much distress. You've left them in a predicament of, you've said maybe you want to be repatriated back home, or you've said you want to be buried here. And then we have some crazy aunties and uncles or your parents that come from Africa. They'll come and say, no, we want our child to be taken back to Africa. And don't forget, you had already discussed with your children that you need to be buried here. And this is where your children are. Your children are your first priority. Your children are your number one. Forget your parents, forget your sisters and brothers. And now your children don't even have a say just because you did not leave a will. Yes, you discuss it with your children, but that was just a word of, that was just you guys talking. But there's no any written documents that proves that. And you know that especially in this country that we're living in, everything is about document proof. You cannot prove that we were discussing these things with my mom and my dad, and this is what my mom and my dad said they want to be buried if they were to pass on. So a will is not because I don't have anything. I don't have a property. Why am I writing a will? A will is very important to write, whether you have an asset or you don't. Whether what you all have is liability, it doesn't matter. You need to have a will. And a will is something that is a must, I would say, a must that every single person has one. I have my will already and I know what's in my will. Okay, so it's very important to have your will, and it's always important to update your will as you go along, because maybe when you did it, you didn't have so much, but now probably you have more. Or maybe when you did it, you have so much, you had much, and now you don't have a lot. So you need to always update your will. Now, some people always say that, oh, I'll just go to the shop and buy, because you can actually buy a will kit and do it yourself. But let me tell you something. Just like insurance, which we'll talk again next week, probably on Monday, everything is so important to go to somebody who is an expert in doing that. It's not everybody who is an expert in, we're not all doctors, we're not all lawyers, we're not all whatever we are, but every single person has an expertise in the area that they trade in. So if you're going to write a will, and a will is something very, very important, you need to go and see a lawyer. You need to go and see somebody who is qualified in doing a will, not just you saying, yeah, I can read, I'm very good at these things. I can read, and you go and start feeling things that you know nothing about. Okay, and yes, can a will be contested? 100% it can be contested, but there's also a way. There's something you can do to avoid anybody contesting your will. But how do I know that? How do you know that? A lawyer knows that. So I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to enter into details what you can do to avoid anybody contesting your will, because a will can be contested by anybody at any time. They can just come up and say, well, this was this, my dad, my mom, my sister, my brother, they left nothing for me, and I'm also entitled to have an estate. There is a part of their estate. So if you want to prevent that when I'm gone, I just want a peaceful exit and a peaceful, my will, I don't want anybody to contest my will. Go to a proper lawyer. Now, do I know one? Yes, I do. Do they work for Precise Protect? No, they don't. So as Precise Protect, the company that I work for, that we are governed and regulated by FCA, we do not do wills. And the person that I know that does a will, this is an independent person. So if you want anybody to do your will, and I've introduced that to so many people who have done, she's done wills for them. She's a proper lawyer. She's done will for them, but she doesn't work for Precise Protect. So I have to put that disclaimer out there. She's not an employee. She doesn't work for Precise Protect at all, but she does wills, and she knows what she's doing, and she's done wills for so many of my clients, and they're happy with what she's done. So if you want to do your own will, yes, you can, but trust me, you'll end up getting probably 60% of things wrong. You wouldn't even know. Okay, so go to a proper person. So that's a will. Now let's talk about trust. Now, trust. And I'm talking about trust as in terms of insurance. So if you have life insurance, and I'm telling you, I've met so many people who have life insurance, 80% of them don't even know what trust is. I ask them, is your insurance policy in trust? They say trust. What is that? Now, if you have insurance right now as I'm talking to you, and you don't have, and your insurance is not in trust, my darling, you better get in touch ASAP with me or any insurance provider or your advisor who gave you insurance. People who run to internet and get cheap insurance. People who run to places, I don't want to mention places, but there's some places that you run and you get insurance for £5, and you tell me I'm paying insurance for £10, £15. Most of those insurance, 99%, they're not in trust. Now, let me tell you the importance of having your insurance in trust. If you passed on, write it down. If you passed on and your insurance is not in trust, okay, so what happens? First of all, when they're going now, the insurance policy that you're going to, because you're leaving it to somebody as a gift, because now you've passed on. So giving it to someone, your children, you're leaving your children as your beneficiaries, or your sister or auntie, whoever is your beneficiary, that's a gift that you're leaving for them. Now that money, okay, is liable tax. Okay, so you're going to pay that money. You're going to pay tax on it because it's a gift. And also it's going to pass through your estate. So it has to go through probate. So it's going to go through probate first. After it's gone through probate, whatever is left, that's what your family is going to get. Now, depending with how big your estate is, that will determine how long it's going to take for all this process to take place before now your money can be given to your family. So probably you had 500,000 for your life insurance. By the time it goes through the probate and everything, now your family gets it, probably it's only 100K left. And this 100K probably is taken up to 6 or 8 or even 1 year to go through to your family. That's if your money is not in trust. But if your money is in trust, it won't be taxed, and it will take from just few, maybe by the time the death certificate is out, your money will be out, because there's no lawyers, there's no probate, there's no estate, there's nothing attached to it. This money, you've put it in trust. There is only your beneficiaries that are going to get this money. Now, can the trust that is attached to your insurance, is only attached to your insurance. This trust is only attached to your insurance. So it's not attached to your assets. Anything else is just insurance. You've put it in trust. So when you pass on, this is simple. It goes straight to your family. It goes straight to whoever you've chosen. So guys, it's very, very important to have your insurance policy in trust. I'm telling you right now, I'm talking to you, 90% of you guys who did not take insurance with me or did not take insurance with the proper advisor who is going to talk to you about trust, your policy is not in trust. Just up to even yesterday, I met one of my, I think 3 of my clients yesterday. They don't even know what trust is. They ask me, what is that? So guys, you must put your insurance policy in trust. Now, choosing a beneficiary is easy. Beneficiary is somebody who you want them to benefit from that money. Now, trustee, this is the important thing as well. Just like it's called trustee, you must pick a trusted person, somebody that you really, really trust to be your trustee. Now, when you're choosing your trustee cannot be the same person as your beneficiary. Your beneficiary is different. Your trustee is different. Now, your trustee, you cannot choose 2 people who know each other. So you cannot choose me and my husband, for example. You cannot choose me and my husband, or me and my sister, or me and my friend. It has to be people who don't know each other, but it has to be people that you really, really trust. Because when you pass on, is the money will go first to the trustee, and the trustee is the one who will make sure that the beneficiary gets the money. So if this trustee is not somebody that you really, really trust, what will happen? Your money might end up making somebody else very, very rich, and your children will remain in the same spot, probably very, very poor, worse like you left them. Or if you left them with something, yes, they'll be okay, but just remember that the money you've left for them through your trustee, they might end up not getting that money. So guys, it's very, very important for us to have a will, and it's also very important for us to put our insurance policy in trust. So thank you so much, guys, for listening. Until next time we're going to talk about something else. So thank you, guys. And if you want any information, if you want any clarification, please call me. I'll put my email there, and my work email there, and also our website, so you can check it out. Until then, stay blessed.